In this video, I'm going to walk you through how we can ingest data entry for the dividends that gets declared for ETFs underlying holdings. Uh, Before we kickstart on how do we go about the same, I would just like to take a few minutes to elaborate for a few investors who would be looking on this video on how the product functions. ETF, whenever someone purchases on the market, we can only purchase in the rounded off quantities, that is 1, 2, 3,000, 500, 5,000, etc. They are not allowed to purchase in decimal pointers 1.54, 18.855, etc. Hence, whenever the AMC decides to declare any dividends to the unit holders, AMC directly credits the investor's demat account with the additional dividend quantity, which can be in decimals 1.85, 10 lakh, 40.855, etc. So, in the entire transaction cycle for the dividends that gets declared, there is no third party intervention. In front of us, we have a sample example where the investor is holding Nippon India BSE Sensex Next 30 ETF. The transaction date is 31st March 2025. The investor is holding 10 quantity at the market rate of 1000. The total market value of the investment is 10,000 rupees. Now, assuming that the investor received additional units for the dividend, we'll have to go to this entry model brokers daily contract notes, click on add, and from select broker menu, we have to only specifically click on the ETF dividend broker account. And in demat account, accurately please map out the same demat account that your underlying ETF holdings are there, or the additional dividend ETF units codes credited to that DP account. And below input button, we have ETF dividend tick mark box bar. Please click on that. System will automatically populate settlement number and bill number for you, because now for additional units that we received, we have to pass on a dummy contract note manually for the additional units that we have. So quickly, I'll just make it 3rd April 2025 as the record date for dividend. And from here, we'll select the same ETF that got credited to us. In quantity, I'll take out 5.45 as a decimal additional units at the rate of 1000 at the market rate. My total investment for dividend, if I had to value the market rate, is 5,450. I'll quickly go ahead and click on save. Now all the reports should also reflect the additional units that we have received via dividends for the ETF. So my opening stock of 10 plus 5 shares. The decimal will not reflect on the capital gain. However, any other report that we look up, for example, closing stock, will have the closing quantity in decimals. Now, the purpose of recording ETF broker account was also to ensure that balance sheet balances, because there is no broker involved, there is no third party. Hence, we have to also ensure additional dividend income is also recorded on the P&L. So on balance sheet where we look up, we'll see a variance difference of 5,450. To balance this out, what we'll have to do is, just to make you understand, in general ledger, when we look at the dividend broker account, we'll have two parties: ETF dividend broker account, where we punched in the dummy contract note. So we received the amount, so the ledger got credited. To eradicate the credit amount on the balance sheet as well, we'll have to pass an auto JV that the system will pass on your behalf, will debit the broker and credit the P&L account to reflect the income received via additional dividend for the ETF. That is 5,450. So this 5,450 now will show up on our P&L accounts as an additional income. And the difference will be again capitalized and taken onto the balance sheet. And then the balance sheet balances. So this was the entire cycle for passing on the dividends. Journal entries of debiting the accounts is taken care by the software automatically. There is no manual entry that you'll have to keep in mind. Only thing is that you'll have to go to entry and add manual entry for your dividends that gets credited to your DP accounts. That's it. The further steps are taken entirely automatically by the software. In case of any queries that you have on how the entire data entry was done for dividends, for specifically ETF, please feel free to contact us and we'll be happy to walk you through again.